Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Chaos Child, and we're still attempting to get Arimura's route. And the more I've been thinking about it, I'm like, maybe it does make sense that you have to do the positive. You have to get into her route because, like the guide says, you have to do all negative to get her bad ending, but we might have to do all of the positive for those 4 specific triggers to get into her route and then do the negative in her route. That makes more fucking sense. That makes more sense. And the more of it was like, but it's because they have the triggers for like do these 4 positive, but it's like, I guess I'm just not fucking smart. It's like, do everything negative. Okay, I did it all negative. That's not what you meant. Here are the 4 things that you can do anything, but you need to do these 4 spaces in these 4 places. You have to do these positive. Then once you get into a route, do everything negative to get the bad ending. That's what they mean, but that's not what they fucking say. And holy fucking shit, it's kind of fucking like not clear. My God. Am I an idiot? I might be an idiot, or the guide is just not clear enough. It's not. It's a very confusing guide because like, then it's like the divergence. This is like, okay, it took me fucking forever to be like the divergence. Okay, where it should split from the common route to this, but they don't say that. They're like, the divergence is only important, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, could you just tell me that divergence is where it splits from the normal common route? Okay, that would make sense. I mean, yes, when you think about a divergence, you're like, yes, but it's not. But at some point, you're like, the divergence, blah, and you're like, what? Divergence from what? What are you talking about? Like, I guess I should have logically known, but like, good lord. So, I think it's the fact that they have the triggers for Arimura, the 4 specific ones, hidden. And then you open those, but then they just, instead of saying, do the 4 specific triggers positive to get into a route, and then once you're in a route, do everything negative to get to the bad ending. They say do everything negative, so you think I'm going to do everything negative, but that's not it. And you hid that thing, so like you have to expand. Like, it's a spoiler. Okay, well, I don't want to read like a spoiler thing, but then it's like, but you should tell me. You know what I mean? Like, good fucking lord. So, here we are. So yeah, it makes more sense. And it's annoying because I'm an idiot and I wasted an hour of my own time. I was really annoyed in the last part because it's like we just wasted an hour and a half doing all the negative stuff. But here's the deal. Now you don't have to see me do any of that ever again in the later parts of the game. We just wasted 2 hours skipping through shit. The most boring 2 hours of the game ever. But you got to see all the delusion things. And we won't ever have to do it again because I have saved where you have to do everything negative except for that one in order to get into Yamazoe's route. So we can just start there and go into her, do the positive one, skip through, get into her route. And we start at chapter 5 because 1, 2, and 3 are the longest motherfucking chapters in history. When we get into chapter 3, we'll save in the 2 spots where we're supposed to do the delusion triggers, to get into Kurusu's route. Right? Let's see. Did we? Oh no. Taku. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button. Sarika sighed a little and slowly stood up. Oh, listen, I need to ask you something. Ask me something? What was this about? Sarika seemed really uneasy. Remember your lecture a moment ago? Oh, yeah? I said that we couldn't go to the bathroom because there were 2 of us. You did, and? No, never mind. She has to pee. Sarika's head dropped. For some reason, she looked like she was about to cry. She was clutching the hem of her skirt tightly and shaking a little. What's wrong? It's nothing, really. But you look like you're about to cry. Finally, she started to bite her lip as if she was trying to endure something. She really was acting weird. Sarika normally didn't behave this way. What's wrong? If you don't tell me, I won't know. Sarika just shook her head from left to right. She wasn't even looking at me anymore. What was going on? I didn't understand it at all. I'd never seen her like this before. Till just a moment ago we were having a normal conversation. I grabbed her shoulder and peered into her eyes. Tell me, we've known each other forever, right? Can't you just trust me? Or can't you trust me? She shook her head even faster, and at last she started to cry. Huh? I looked closer and saw that her cheeks were flushed red. I can't take it anymore. What? What can't you take? Please, Taku, turn the other way. Huh? And then Sarika's body shook violently just once. Until a moment ago she seemed to be suffering, but now she looked relieved and relaxed. What the heck? I suddenly looked down. She was still holding her skirt hem tightly, and there was a puddle at her feet. It's like, your positive delusion is that she wet herself? You're such a dick! Not only that, her long knee socks were soaking wet. Was this... You didn't. She could have just said, I need to pee! Like, don't look! Sarika begged me in a quiet voice. Don't look at me! I could smell a faint whiff of ammonia. It was obvious now what had happened. Well, why didn't you say something? Why did you hold it until this happened? Because I can't go to the bathroom when there's two of us here. I can't do it right in front of you, Taku. You kind of just did, though, in a more embarrassing way than sitting on a toilet. We're a dick! If that had happened, I wouldn't know how to react. But Sarah and I were in a situation where that could happen at any minute. Maybe it was time to go home after all. As that stupid idea crossed my mind. Okay. Okay, when we're alone for Hanai, preparing for the culture festival, we save a chapter in there. We already saved for a negative for Yamazoe. Delusion, okay, so we're gonna save with the Hanai in chapter 3. Delusion. When we get there with her, we'll save that one. And then that is basically where Kazuki's routes will, from there, split off. We'll change into a negative one there. And then the rest positive. And then that's also the start of where we would start with Kurusu. And then we change one of the others. So we only have to save there. And then we don't have to skip through chapters 1 and 2 anymore. Because chapters 1 and 2 are the longest chapters. They take like an hour to skip through, so we won't have to do that anymore. Then I'm an idiot. Because we could have been doing this the whole time the right way. And we didn't have to waste all that time. But, again, we kind of would have had to skip through all of that at a later time anyway. If we had skipped through here and saved later on, we would have been like, oh, okay, to go to Yamazoe's route, we skip through and we do all the negative delusions. You know what I mean? We just did it up front now, and we don't have to skip as much later. You know, we still would have done all this. It just, again, instead of 3 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours right now skipping where it's boring as fuck, it would have been an hour worth of skipping, you know, before. We would have started Hanai's route in the last part, probably, and then a couple routes from now, we would have then done another hour worth of skipping. So it would have been spread out, which would have been a little bit better, but it is what it is, and I'm a moron, so whatever. I'm sure someone said that in the last part or whatever, or might have mentioned it in, not the last part, the prior one, where I was like, we're going to do negative, and someone was like, you have to do you have to do the positive to get into her. You might have said that, but you haven't gotten anywhere near this far. Just FYI. Because I'm way the fuck ahead, so you're not even close to this point. So just so you know, if you left a comment on that, I'm not ignoring you. It's just, one, it would have been too late because I had already recorded that part, and I've already, you know what I mean? We're here, and that part is nowhere near going up. All right. I don't think we did this one. No. Definitely not. No way. Come on, Kazuki. Move. Huh? Wait a second. Was that my voice? That's strange. My throat must be acting weird. What's going on here? I knew it. Those were definitely my words. Which meant that my voice had turned into a girl's? No, that's not right. Then why was I staring at my own face? We body switched. I was wondering why all of a sudden I'm staring at my own chest. It seemed weird, but okay. Maybe... Did I switch bodies with Kazuki? That's not really a girly voice. I can't do that way. No way. That's impossible. But I fearfully touched my chest. Oh. The sensation I felt was an unfamiliar one. Wait a second. This feeling was... I don't know why, but it's a lot harder than I expected. It's too hard. In an anime, you see them bouncing all the time, so I expected them to be soft like marshmallows. Hey, they kind of are soft. No, wait, that's not why. I see. This is... It's because I'm wearing a bra? Hey, even when you're wearing a bra, they're still squishy. They shouldn't be rock hard. What kind of fucking bra is she wearing? Like a metal one? I hadn't considered that. In other words, if I take off the bra, I'll be able to touch the soft treasures beneath. But undoing a bra hook is nigh impossible for a boy who's never dated a girl. Nigh impossible. Thanks. This is helping with my, We do still sound manly, because I've never done, like, we do an Irish accent, but it's usually trying to be a man voice, and so, well, whatever. I couldn't quite remember how we did hers last time. I mean, it was still the weird accent, but... How do you take off a hook that's on your own back? But then I realized there was no need to go through all the trouble of undoing the hook. That's right, I just have to lift up the bra itself. I gulped a little as I yanked the bra up over my uniform. I could feel their contents being released from the pressure. Oh, this is amazing. I jumped a little and they shook. It was exactly like an anime. What is Kazuki doing this whole time? Did we knock her out in our body? So that wasn't an exaggeration. Wait a second, Kazuki. Are you maybe... Oh, I guess there's no maybe about it. Your breasts are huge. She was definitely the owner of a giant rack. As a guy, the idea of having globs of fat hanging off your chest was a very strange one. Maybe that was the reason why my shoulders felt a little stiff. So it was also true that girls with large breasts had stiff shoulders. God fucking yeah, Jesus. Whole fucking back hurts right now. My breasts, that is to say Kazuki's, were currently not covered by a bra. I wanted to see. I had to see. Were those twin mounds as soft as I'd imagined them to be? I couldn't fight the overwhelming sensation of curiosity. I can't imagine that anybody that, like, especially, you're a teenage boy, but, like, if you've never touched or had breasts, if you all of a sudden jumped in the body of a woman, you'd be like, oh. It'd probably be the same if you were a woman with a small chest, and you all of a sudden were, like, teleported into the body of a woman with big boobs. You'd be like, huh, interesting. I mean, boobs are fascinating. Like, you're like, yeah, no, I get it. But but he's standing there with his tits out for anyone to see. Seriously, these are Kazuki's boobs. Have some more respect, dude. I mean, you shouldn't be fondling them either, but, like, at least cover them up so other people can't see. Jeez. I brought my hands up to my chest like it was the most natural thing in the world, and softly cut my own breasts. Okay, I'm assuming when he meant pulled the bra up, he's under the uniform. He said over the uniform, so it sounds like, but that's true. It's a dress uniform, so you wouldn't be able to do that. So he must have gone, like, under, like, you know, you were from over the uniform. I guess if you're thinking, like, now you're wearing a shirt and you grab your underwire and lift it up and your boobs fall out. Clothed. Okay. That makes more sense. I lifted up the bra over my uniform, like, that's what they meant by that. Okay. I'm like, you just don't stand there with it, and he's like, no, the boobs are free inside your shirt still, but your bra's just, like, crammed up your neck now. But this is the funniest fucking CG I think I've seen. Oh my god. And he's drooling. Good job. Wow, it's so... And then I, or more precisely, probably Kazuki was in my body, ran up to me. She, had tears in her eyes, and was glaring at me. Huh? Dummy! Pervert! I felt a powerful impact on my face, and my vision went black. Wait, was that a comic, or an anime, or a novel, or something? I never thought I was into gender-bending stuff. Oh, cool, we have a thing! Right, how do we do this again? Here we go. Gender bending, a term encompassing a broad range of genres that deal with characters who change sex. I never thought I was into gender bending stuff. That got me a little excited, and Kazuki is also now mounted on top of you, so I bet she notices. Maybe it's a bad idea to stay like this. That is fucking hilarious. Oh, that is good. I'm sorry, the Kazuki ones are funny because that one is great, and so is the alternate version of that where she's like, they're after me. They planted bugs in me house. I'm like, where you're like, the fuck? Oh, dear God. Okay. All right. All right, this is the one in chapter 3 where we're supposed to, so I'm going to save here. It does quick save, but I'm just saying I don't trust that because, like, you know. So I'm going to go over here and save spot 1 because I saved the other one and save spot 5 and 2. So, like, all right. And now we do... No. We did negative the first time, so... You've got such a great voice, Miyashiro. Do I? No one had ever told me that before. I've actually got a voice fetish. That was really none of my business. I get it, though. Japanese voice acting does kind of give you a voice fetish sometimes when you listen to some of them. You're like, yeah, nope, I can listen to you talk all motherfucking day. Mm-hmm. And your voice's quality definitely lives up to my standards. Quality? Does it? Yep, and I'm really into this stuff, so I would know. So I want you to read something, just for me. Read something? Yes, it's part of the Literature Club's activities, and you're the perfect guy for it. It was hard to say no after all those compliments. What do you want me to read? Well, it's... Blushing, she took out a notebook. Ta-da! This. It's gonna be some kind of porn stuff. It looked like a normal student's notebook. There was nothing on the cover. I flipped it open. I was only on the first page, and already I was looking at a whole different world. 2 pretty boys, drawn in the style of a girl's manga, were holding each other, mostly naked. Oh, yeah, no, okay. Artemura. Yeah, okay. It was drawn in pencil, and the illustration wasn't that great. Oh. And there was even a dialogue bubble. Pierce me with your Excalibur? That is terrible, but okay. This is... I don't understand, really. Really? You don't understand because you had that fetish before where you had a little fantasy about Kazuki and Kurusu embracing and getting the... and all she's imagining is you and Ito. You also had that... It was a nightmare. Sure it was. You were secretly dreaming. It would have been funnier if we had done this one positive and then that one negative the first time because we would have seen this and then we would have seen that scene and been like, oh, so the daydream you had about Artemura's gay notebook, like, then made you dream about Ito that way, huh? Would have been fucking hilarious. Too bad we did it the reverse, but whatever. Did Artemura draw this? This is my idea book for when we write stuff in Lit Club, but having a real boy say these things aloud will make it easier for me to visualize, you know? No, I can't. Please, please. I can't. Are you sure? There's no one else I can ask. I have a lot of girlfriends, but I don't really do well around guys. But I can't force you, can I? Artemura... If she was really relying on me, I couldn't turn her down. Ah, fuck, I forgot to put my trash out. Shit. Oh, I just thought of it. Anyway. Alright, just a little. Really? Thank you! She smiled happily. Now that I'd actually talked to her, I realized she was a strange person, but not a bad one. So, what part do I read? Start from the beginning, please. From the beginning. She wanted me to read this aloud? With as much emotion as you can muster. As dirty as you can make it. Could I do that? I took a deep breath to calm myself down. Artemura was looking at me with stars in her eyes. It was embarrassing. I couldn't tell her to look away. I guess I'd just have to do it. Pierce me with your Excalibur. There are fucking bananas all over this. The bananas touching with the hearts coming out of them. So wrong. The sumo sticker up in the right corner. He's going to town on that banana. Oh dear God, this is so fucking wrong. It's hilarious. Whoa! Artemura's face went bright red. She started to pant, snort, and bang her head. Head banging, the act of violently shaking one's head up and down, usually seen at a rock concert. It's definitely not something you see people doing by themselves during their daily lives after hearing a boy say, "Pierce me with your Excalibur." This was tougher than I thought. Mentally, I didn't know if I could do it. I wanted to get away as soon as possible. That's enough, right? Oh, wait, the next page. Could you read the next page, too? The next page? I flipped the page. There was a similar picture in dialogue bubble. Come on! Melt your ice pop inside of me? Yes, yes. Yes, what? Next, please. This is great. I give up. Stop it, you big-dicked freak. Artemura had a look of ecstasy in her face. Her eyes looked like she was on drugs. You're wonderful. You're the sexiest. I can't. And then her whole body started to spasm. Girl, you've got powerful voice if you can do this to her just from reading some pervy lines. A bit of drool was dripping out of the side of her mouth, but she didn't try to wipe it up. I've never been so excited. Can you do readings for me once in a while from now on? Next time I want to hear something even smuttier. And I'll bring some friends from the literature club or into the same thing. Don't worry, they're all girls. I'm sure they'll fall in love with your voice. It's okay, right? Right? And that was how my career as a voice actor in gay porn for girls began. The end. I almost wish that was like a fucking, not a bad ending, but just a random ending. It was like, and then this, and you're like, oh, okay, that's great. If that happened, I'd kill myself. No, you wouldn't. You secretly like it. But if that was her only secret, that would be fine. Well, maybe not fine. But it felt like the real Artemura was hiding something more dangerous. It's also a little douchey for you to be like, oh my god, I'd totally kill myself if I had to voice gay porn. Like, manga or whatever. Like, there's a lot of voice actors who would do that shit, because, like, just like there's a lot of female voice actors that you would expect to do, like, oh my god, and do, like, some lesbian fetish shit for you. So I'm just saying, stop. Don't be a douche like that. He's just, see, but his comments like this are like, oh my god, I die, I fucking eat all this stuff. It's like, yeah, you're a little in the closet, sweet cheeks. You're too adamant about how you'd, like, kill yourself, or, oh my god, that's gross, and all that shit. Nah, I see you having some gay panic over there. It's alright, sweetie, it's okay. I know, we're in his head. We're very gay in here, so. That was probably why she brought me here. In other words, okay. Oh god, that's funny as fuck, though. I am glad we got to do that one, so. We're only in chapter 3. But we only have delusions to do, so. Hopefully we find him a positive one so we can maybe start her route in this part, because, like, skipping through for 3 hours is boring. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've also skipped through an extra hour, so if you feel bad for you, feel worse for me, by the way. Anyway. But we won't have to. We will skip a lot because in Kurusu's route and Kazuki's, we'll have to start from here to skip, but it shouldn't be too bad because we'll have done either all of the positive and negative, so it'll literally just be skipping the whole fucking way. You know what I mean? It won't really matter. So. Kawahara, yes. I suppose we can be friends now for Kurusu's sake. Hi. I just didn't like you before because I thought she was trying to move in on you and I'm a little gay for you. Look. Me, Kawahara, and Ito are gonna have a thing. Who am I kidding? Please. In this one? In this game? You have big breasts, don't you, Hana? We know that for a fact because we were in her body touching her boobies. They are big. Oh my god. But no. In normal games, I would absolutely ship our boys together because that's what I like. So, Arimura, I kind of get you. But in this one, for us, it would be Kazuki, and actually, I do like Arimura a lot. Kazuki's still my favorite, even though she says jack shit, and really, honestly, kind of has the personality of a paper bag. Let's be real. I love her to death. I'm not insulting the poor girl, but we barely see anything of her. She doesn't really talk, and like, she gets angry at her game, and she's barely there. I feel bad for her. They just did her dirty. She could have been so much better. You know what I mean? But everyone else kind of has a rounded personality, and Kazuki is very flat. But I still love her to death. But yeah, I would be like, okay, so we're gonna go and we're just gonna have our harem would be Kazuki and Arimura, I think. I would want to romance Kazuki more, but Arimura is a really great character. She's a lot of fun, so can't not like her. Sorry to everyone else, I do not like Kurusu. She's an okay character, but I just do not find, like, no, God, no. So no. I do like Kunisada too. I can't see her with Takuru because she's kind of a bitch. But at the same time, we normally like the bitchy ones. You know what I mean? When we play Atome games, we like the bitches. Like, are you calling... Oh, I like it when you're mean to me. So, yeah. All right. And I loved Sarika through the whole thing, but after knowing everything about her, it's like, yeah, I'm going to pass on that. She's still adorable, but she's kind of a psychopath, and it's like, wow, you know? So, Kurusu, it's me.
Oh, Takuru, so you did come. Good, come in.
I came inside and Kurusu welcomed me from the bed.
Welcome back. Hold on a second.
Kurusu started to rummage through something under the blankets. If she was going to get mad, I'd prefer it if she got mad now. Right now, it felt like sitting on a bed of nails. It was hellish. So is what happened today the reason you wanted to talk to me? Just as I spoke, Kurusu stood up. Is she naked? Where are your clothes? You can see her shoulder. She wasn't even wearing underwear. Yeah, you can see there. Oh, but if she'd been lying down this whole time, it would make sense if she wasn't dressed. Wait, that wasn't the issue here.
I wanted you to wipe down my back.
Is that why you called me?
I'm sorry. Is it a bother?
Oh, no, well... Oh, she's holding her boobies. Don't look. This didn't make sense. Kurusu wasn't usually like this. I wasn't sure how to handle her now that she was acting this way. You should have just asked Yui or Yuto.
Maybe I just decided that I wanted you to do it. These are special circumstances. It's okay, right?
She wanted me to do that? That's a really weird thing for you to say. Do you have a fever or something?
There's no point. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. When you got a fever and couldn't get out of bed all those years ago, I did all kinds of things for you.
That sounds really inappropriate, girl. I was sick. All kinds of things?
I took care of you down there, too.
Kurusu giggled a little. I hadn't heard anything about her having a fever, so why was she acting this way?
I knew everything there is to know about your body. We're brother and sister, so that's normal, right?
Not. Was that normal? Not really.
Please, Takuru. Just for today. Spoil me.
Fine.
Thank you.
But it was still embarrassing enough that I couldn't bring myself to look at her. It's kind of funny because this is his positive fantasy, and he's yet like a horny, pervy teenage boy, and yet in this positive delusion he's having, she's like butt naked, like, oh my god, touch me. And he's like, this is awkward and weird, and I can't look at you. As opposed to, he would have been like, pins her down and has sex with her. Like, you know what I mean? He's so fucking awkward that he's like, I'm into my delusions, I can't look at you, you know? But also, then you're going to try to tell me in some of the other things that maybe the comment... I'm still going with the comments he made about Kurusu is like, he loved her, whatever, because she was family. And almost the closest person to him. Because Sarika was his childhood friend, but, you know, whatever. Kind of could be a toss-up that she was the closest person. But now, after you knowing everything, you know, but still. Anyway, that he was in love with her, because then if he's having this fantasy, he would have been like all over this shit and not acting so fucking awkward about it. This is his fantasy. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway.
Takuru, don't look away.
My heart skipped a beat. What do you mean?
I'm going to expose all my secrets to you now.
I gulped loudly. Okay, now maybe it's changing and I was just wrong, but it's still like, you wouldn't be so like awkward. You'd be like, yeah, she's naked, awesome. Her face was bright red. Did she have a fever after all? Or... You're embarrassed too, aren't you, Kurusu?
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? This is a lot more embarrassing than I thought.
To be honest, I wanted to run away as soon as I could. See? You can't tell me you ever fell in love with her. But I just said I would do it. I couldn't betray Kurusu when she was this weak. I'm gonna look.
That makes me happy.
I looked straight at her. At her body. Please don't show. Please don't. Please game don't. Please game don't. Oh dear God, we got butt cheeks. Oh good God, demonetized. For God's sakes. Game. 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 No, inappropriate.
Why don't you say something?
She was beautiful, but I couldn't bring myself to say that.
Okay, Takuru, will you do it?
Huh? Do it?
I want you to wipe down my body.
That's right. I'd forgotten.
There's a towel there.
She already had a towel and a bowl of hot water ready. I wet the towel and got closer to Kurusu. Can we cover up? Thank you. Okay, I don't need to get demonetized, thanks. Well, none of these ever get monetized anyway because of the music in the background, so whatever. Do I start from the front or from the back?
Huh?
She fidgeted. It was really cute to see Kurusu acting this way.
You're going to wipe down my front side, too?
Huh? Kurusu didn't need me to wipe down her front side. She could do it herself. No, I mean, you've been facing this way the whole time. Oh no, I was panicking even more than usual. I'm sorry, you wanted me to wash your back, right?
It's okay.
Huh? She looked straight at me.
It's okay.
What was okay? No, I didn't need to ask. I gulped again and looked back at her. Her pale skin was slightly slick with sweat. Her breasts were large, firm, and round. Her hips formed a smooth curve. She looked like the statue of Venus. I never realized Kurusu was so pretty. I wanted to touch her body. She looked so soft. We really are horny that we want to fuck our own sister. I know she's not really our sister, but we've grown up thinking she was kind of our sister, so... I mean, it's only been the past, 6 years, so... More of our life she wasn't our sister than she was, so, but still. Her skin looks so clear. She's also basically been momming us for 6 years, so I don't know how you could find that attractive, but I'm not a dude, so I don't know. And I don't think I would find a man attractive who tried to act like my dad. That's kind of weird, so I'd be lying if I said I wasn't turned on. But more than anything, I wanted to touch it because it belonged to Kurusu. I wanted to touch her beautiful body because it was hers. I reached my hand out toward Kurusu's neck, not the one with the towel, but the empty one, and ran my fingertips slowly down the side of it. Okay, so maybe he is into her. I don't know. Which is, I think it's just because she's not my favorite of all the girls. She's like my least favorite, so it's like, yeah, really? I mean, I get it, but I also, like, if any of the other girls had been, like, his sister figure, maybe I wouldn't have been, like, about it. It's just, it's her personality and her character. There's nothing wrong with it, per se, and I get the way she is, but I just don't, really? She's the one we have to be in love with? Really? That's what you're going with? You're forcing me into this? I don't hate her, but I also just, I guess she's better than Sarika, technically. She's a decent person. But she's lied to us about a lot of things. She treats us like she's our mom. You know what I mean? Like, I get that she's trying to protect us, but at the same time, it's like, bitch, I understand the lying about certain things because you wanted to protect her feelings, but she actually acts like she's a 30-year-old person protecting a 15-year-old child from the world, and she's like a year older than us, if that. And it's like, don't treat me like I'm too fucking stupid to survive. So, and it's just a personal thing that I don't like. I would never want to date someone that acts like, oh, well, you're too dumb. You can't handle things, blah, blah, blah. But that's the way she kind of acts. And it's like, I'm going to need you to stop. I mean, I kind of get it, but I also don't. You know, I'm in a weird place. Like, I understand why she's so overprotective, but girl, like, have a little bit of faith in me. How am I attracted to someone who just thinks that I can't handle shit at all? It's not like, I was wrong to think you couldn't handle it. It's like, no, you can't. Could you not? Anyway. Oh, that's her moaning. Never mind. Anyway.
Dakuru? Why are you touching me there?
Her body shook a little. It was indescribably cute. Kurusu was always the big sister, bossing me around and telling me what to do. Yeah. And now she was squirming under my touch. It felt good, like I'd made her my own. Wow. Wow. Kurusu, I want to have my way with you some more.
Okay.
She nodded, embarrassed. I mean, we definitely have never had this kind of fantasy with any of the other girls.
Do whatever you want to me.
Kurusu! I will not stop tickling you until you apologize! Huh? I was trying too hard to escape from reality. If I was imagining Kurusu in a situation like that, I must be under more stress than I thought. Like, seriously? He's just like, but she has giant boobs. I mean, you can't help but notice them. Yamazai. There's a lot of skipping. This is chapter 5, though, at least. No, we're about to hit chapter 5. This is the end of chapter 4. So we'll get to chapter 5. And then maybe we'll be able... we might in the next 20 minutes if we don't have a lot of delusions. That we haven't done yet. You know what I mean? Well, we have one more after this. Yamazoi's. That split one. But we have at least one more. Possibly two. I'm hoping because the more longer, because they get longer. So, well, at least that one did. The one with Kurusu. I mean, I can't blame you if you're like having like this. You're like, oh, sexy fantasy. In your head. It's gonna take you a while. Like, you gotta start slow. I get it, but I would like to at least maybe start so that we're not. It's not literally 3 hours of skipping, but it's basically 3 hours of skipping, so I guess at this point it doesn't matter. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired. I've spent 4 hours skipping because I've recorded all 3 of these parts back to back because I wanted to get through some stuff. because I have time. But it's like now going to be 10 o'clock at night, and it's like, what the fuck happened to my night? It was so early, but I've spent 4 hours. I started this at like 6 o'clock. I started not this part, the one part at like 7, and I was like, great, we'll get to 8 o'clock, we'll get the full hour, and then it's no, we stopped after 20 minutes. I skipped an hour, went back, started over, and we did it, and it's like, I lost an hour, but oh my god. It's been so long, and I just didn't want to spend the whole night skipping thing. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I get into the game and I have a lot of fun, and it would be fine if it was like 4 hours of doing something, but it's 4 hours of skipping through shit. Again, it'll be a lot less skipping later on in the game, so we'll be like, thank God we don't have to skip as much. But, and it's because I'm an idiot. It's fine, whatever. I'm stupid. I just don't know how to read or some crap. I don't know. But at least now we know, so we're prepared. And I guess because, like, the Steam guide was like, do all positive to get there. Okay. But I want to get the bad ones. So, yes. All right, look. We've already explained it. I'm an idiot. It had the things hidden, and if they were there and said, these are the triggers, at least do these positive, and then you'll get to her route and then do negative, then it would make more sense, but... Anyway. Thankfully, that's true. We've already done this positive one, so that's good. So. Good for us. So I guess technically, if we've done all 4 of Arimura's positive and Yamazoe's positive, and, you know, whatever, it's like, oh, well, hers would outrank Yamazoe's. You know what I mean? That's why they tell you, because, like, she has 4 triggers to get into her route. Yamazoe only has 1 trigger. And we've now done all 5 of the triggers positive, which would lead to the route, but because Arimura's were all positive, you know. So. It's not like we had to do Arimura's positive and then Yamazoe's negative, and that would happen. It doesn't matter. Anyway. I don't know. Look, I'm just talking to Philip Space because, like, good lord. All right, here we go. We're almost there where maybe we find out if we did it right, or I have to rage quit the game and we never know what the fuck is going on. And we wasted 3 fucking hours to do this. Who knows? We'll find out the hard way, I guess. So, well, we found out the hard way. I'm crossing my fingers hoping, because if it doesn't work, I've started to feel positive. Like, oh, okay, that's probably what I meant, and I'm an idiot. Okay, it's all right. Whew! We're going to get it right this time, and if it doesn't work, I will probably throw my controller at my TV and break it, because I'm mad. Like, because I wasted so much time for nothing, basically. But we have to have faith that this was the right thing to do, and to get into, you know. It makes sense now that I stop and think about, like, yeah, okay, I'm just dumb. I'm just dumb. I haven't eaten a lot today, so I didn't eat dinner. I wanted to get through this and see where we're going. It's 10 o'clock at night. I haven't eaten dinner. I'm also not that hungry, but maybe my brain isn't functioning because I didn't eat a lot yet. It's like, hello, stupid. I actually started to get hungry, like when we first started this route, and I was like, fuck it, we're doing this. Actually, I think it was at the end of the last part. I was like, I'm starving. And then I just forgot about it. Now I'm not hungry anymore. Forgot about it. Okay. This is it. This is it. We're getting to the moment of truth here. Here we go. Now we're going to run into Rika. Right? And then this is where it should stop skipping. When we're about to have the fight with her. And I don't know, like... Hold your breath. I'm just so afraid. It's coming up any second. Okay. Oh my god! We did it! Alright. I mean, I know, I was just a fucking moron. And I had faith that it would work, but I was also kind of afraid it wouldn't. Anyway. Let's get out of here! Huh? What are you doing? Hurry! While I hesitated, Artemurdo ran past the woman toward the street. The woman slowly stood up. But it's not skipping, so... Damn it! I ran after Artemurdo before the woman could get up. I ran down many different alleyways and turned on several corners. I didn't even know where I was anymore. I just kept running, sure that if I turned back, that woman would be behind me. I'm so psyched. I'm so fucking happy. I ran. And ran. And ran. And then... True world. Woo! I have never been so happy in my life! That's not exactly what he's saying, but it's close enough. I needed to do that. All right. Again, I know. It was after thinking about it, I was like, I'm fucking dumb. But you know what? I stressed myself out, and I was really fucking worried. So, it's cool. It's fine. I guess now, technically, that we're in her route... Hold on a second. I'm actually going... I forgot how to do this. I'm going to save. I'm going to actually go back up here and save. So this is the start of Artemurdo's route. Hinai chapter True World. So this is where we start and we do whatever, good or bad. I think, because I said I wanted to do the bad ending first, now we can do the bad ending first. We do the triggers in her route, and God knows how long it's going to take. But anyway. Where's Artemurdo? Where did Artemurdo go? How could she run away and leave me behind? I don't know how many chapters she has. Damn it. What the hell is wrong with that woman? Why do me, have to go through this? Was it because I'd been investigating the case? Then maybe... You're gonna die, Takura Miyashiro. I'm guessing that's when she said that. Maybe I should have listened to Artemurdo's warning. Maybe I should have dropped the case right then and there. But back then, I never thought the killer would come after me. I wasn't trying to catch them. I just thought it was interesting. We were only following the case because it was fun. God damn it. Was that just how the real world worked? I hadn't done anything wrong. I'd just been doing this for fun. Was that enough to justify killing me? Killing me? If she'd kill me, I would die. If I died, I'd cease to exist. I'd disappear. I'd be gone. I wouldn't be able to see anything, hear anything, say anything, eat anything. Everyone would make a fuss at first. Maybe someone would cry. But they wouldn't really mean it, and they wouldn't do it for long. Before long, they'd all forget about me. Kurusu, Ito, Kazuki, and Serika. I'd be all alone in an empty, dark world. No one would remember me. No. No, 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 no. Anything but that. I heard a noise in front of me. Footsteps. Did she get ahead of me somehow? Could I do it again if I had to? The way I dodged those flames, if that was what Artemurdo said was my power. But how? I knew I had to bring out that sword thing again, but I didn't know how to do it. It wasn't working. I'd been able to do it before because I wasn't thinking about it. But when I tried to do it now, the panic went out, and not only could I not use my powers, I couldn't even see the sword anymore. The footsteps kept getting closer. It was no good. I'd have to run. It was all I could do now. My mind knew I had to run, but my body wouldn't obey. My legs went numb and my heartbeat was deafening. The sweat pouring down my brow got into my eyes, and I didn't even know where I was running anymore. The footsteps from behind got gradually closer. They were almost on top of me. Right around that corner. So close. It's Arnemura. And look, she's right there. Stay away! What? Ah! Yeah! Stay away from me! Don't come any closer! Wait, it's me! I flailed my arms and legs out at my attacker, who screamed in a surprisingly cute voice. Huh? Myrna? You're safe, huh? Jeez, don't scare me like that. I'm the one who got scared. You just screamed all of a sudden. It's because I thought you were that woman. And wait, what are you doing here? You ran off and left me. Why are you still here? That's what I'm asking. Why did you run the same direction I did? She may come after me now. Wait a second. Were you planning on using me as a decoy? It wasn't like a plan or anything. It's just how things ended up. Why, you... That's why I love her a little. She's so snarky. She's so cute. I don't know about that. I bet you really... Shh! Artemura suddenly put her hand across my mouth before I could say another word. I was about to complain, but when I saw the look on her face, I shut up and listened. There was no doubt about it. The sound. This time it really was that woman. Yeah! There was an explosion and a shockwave in the air struck me in the face. I could smell something burning with the black smoke that covered my vision. And beyond it, the woman with the empty eyes. Why does this keep happening to me? Now is not the time to think about it. I knew that, but what was I supposed to do? I'll just have to try and use my power again. Can you do it? I don't know, but I don't have a choice. I forced my shaking legs to turn toward the woman. Her eyes were still empty as she stared at me. I couldn't sense anything in them at all. I couldn't tell what she was thinking or why she was doing this, but I could tell that her eyes were looking at me. She was after me. Please, just one more time. Just one more time. Focus. Focus. Give me power. Miyashiro. Miyashiro? I can't do it. I can't. What do we do, Harimura? What? Don't tell me that now! I thought that your powers were always just supposed to activate when things got really bad. Maybe things weren't that easy after all. Wait, can't you use your power to do something? No, I can't! Shit! I could see the woman raising her hand slowly out of the corner of my eye. This wasn't good. At this distance, if I got hit with those flames, it was going to be really, really hot. No, hotter than hot. I could burn to death. Even if I don't die, I'd be badly burned. There was no way I'd be okay. I needed to find some way to run. But how? A spiral of orange light was forming in the woman's hand. Oh. Did this mean I was going to die? Was I going to die now? Did dying always feel so unreal? The woman was right on top of us now. A massive whirlpool of flame had formed around her hands. And then she slowly turned her hands toward us. Huh? My ear itches, sorry. And then there was a sudden strange sound as the flames flowed backwards and struck her in the face. She flailed back and fell to her knees. I looked behind me and saw that Artemura was holding a can of hairspray. Artemura might not have expected to do much, but it worked better than she could have possibly imagined. Artemura was staring in shock at what had just happened. But there wasn't time for that. The woman was slowly starting to look up at us. Artemura's counterattack had made her angry. If she came after us again, we'd be dead. Before that happened... We're getting out of here, Arnemura. What? Nani? I picked up the spray can at my feet and flung it at our attacker, then grabbed Arnemura by the hand and ran toward the strange woman. She must have expected that, because fortunately, we didn't hear any footsteps right away. Sorry, I almost yawned. For now, we needed to lose her and get somewhere safe where we could hide. But the only place we could hide around here was there. But if she found that place... No, now wasn't the time to worry about that. I'd have to chance it. Where are we going? This way. Miyashiro! What? I can't go on. Hey, what happened to all that courage you had a moment ago? Wiped out. What are you talking about? We're almost there. Keep going. You're out of breath too, though. Damn it. Did she have to talk back at a time like this? If we give up here, we might die. Do you understand that? I do, but... But Harimura was right. My heart was pounding so loud I thought it might burst. In manga and anime, you always gained incredible stamina in situations like this. Evidently, that didn't really happen, though. It was impossible for a human being to surpass their limits. Maybe I should have exercised more. Obviously, it was too late for that. Still, that didn't mean I could give up. Anyway, just hang in there and... I didn't have the strength left to answer her question. We just had to keep going. Even a big city like Shibuya had lots of tiny, overlapping little alleyways off the main streets. And this area was my home, which meant I had the advantage. And it wouldn't be long before... I was right. I could hear sirens. Even in an alleyway, someone would have heard all that noise. If the police were here, that woman would have bigger problems than trying to track us down. Okay, now's our chance. Miyashi... This way! Hey, wait! I lowered my body to the ground and headed further into the darkness. Miyashiro, this is... At this point, I'd be able to find my way there blindfolded. Miyashiro, this place is... Shh, just shut up and come inside. But... Just hurry. Our fort? Ah, we went to our place in the homeless park. We listened carefully to the sounds around us as we caught our breaths. If we heard her footsteps, we'd recognize them immediately. We could hear the sound of police sirens in the distance. I hoped the police would catch her and take her away. We just stood there, frozen in prayer as we waited for time to pass. 5 minutes. Then 10. It wasn't long at all, but it felt like an eternity. If she still hasn't come after us, we're probably okay now. I took a deep breath. All the tension drained from my body, and I slowly sat on the ground. Are we safe now? Arimura asked. Yeah, I think so. I see. Anyway, that woman... Was she the one behind the murders? And what was her connection to the facility under the hospital? Or was she acting on her own? She looks like a 12-year-old, the way, like, her face is, you know? There still wasn't enough information to tell. Miyashiro? What? I think it's okay now. I said we're safe now, didn't I? No, I mean, my hand. Your hand? Yes, you're still holding my hand. Oh. I've been so desperate to get away from that woman that I hadn't realized it, but it looked like I'd been holding Arimura's hand the whole time. And it wasn't just her hand. She and I were incredibly close. I quickly jumped back. Is the reason you took me into a dark place like this that you want to... No, it wasn't deliberate. I didn't mean anything weird. I know that. You're clearly not the type. What did you say? I don't know how to say it. You know, maybe you're not used to being around girls. Wait. Don't underestimate me. I'm a normal whether I look like it or not. A normal? The term didn't seem to mean anything to her. Yeah, you know, a normal. It means I have a normal, happy, normal life. I don't know what you might think about me, but I know exactly how to act around a lady. Wait, where are we? Listen to me. Artemir had stood up and started to look around the dark room. Ow, I kicked something. Hey, don't move around and destroy my home. Home? That's right, this is my home. Do you know what that means? It means I live here. I decided it was probably safe now and turned on the lights. Huh. Now that she could see, Artemira was looking around the room in surprise. She seemed a lot less on edge than usual, probably because she was pretty sure the woman wasn't going to come after us anymore. You're probably thirsty, right? I opened up the fridge and took out 2 plastic bottles, then I handed one to her. Thank you. She opened the bottle and took a big swig of it. I love that she has pointy little teeth when she when she moves her mouth. Her teeth just little fangs, just like a fucking vampire. Phew. Oh. Phew. I finally feel alive now, you know? God. What is this stuff? Mountain View? You haven't heard of it? It's the most highly caffeinated soft drink available in Japan, which acts to stimulate the brain. Blah. Artemura ignored me even though I was in the middle of my lecture and grimaced with her mouth still full of Mountain View. Evidently, she didn't like it. Is this a trailer house? No, a trailer house is specifically a vehicle intended to stay in one place most of the time. It's best thought of as a house with wheels. But this house is more of a vehicle with living facilities added. It's more properly referred to as a camping car or camper. What's more, there are several different types of camping cars, ranging from ones that use special frames to converted vans and boxcars. Why are you living in a place like this? Would you please let me finish? You're Karusu's little brother, right? From the orphanage? That's just what Karusu calls me. Well, we did live there together for several years. I would have preferred that she didn't ask any more questions about that. I know we're over time, but... because we skipped so much, we'll finish this scene. If she asked, I'd have to tell her about what happened. Huh, I see. Huh. Is that all? You're not going to ask me? Ask you what? About me and Karusu, or why I'm living here alone? No, you don't want me to, do you? Why do you think that? Oh, maybe it was her power. Unfortunately, that's incorrect. My power can only tell me if someone's lying or not. It can't tell me what they're thinking. And how did you know? But instead, I become pretty sensitive to how people are feeling, and I can kind of figure out what a person is thinking. Of course, it's easier to tell with some people than others. Sorry. In other words, it's easy to tell with me? I couldn't say. Don't try and fool me. My thoughts are so complicated and intricate that it would be impossible to guess them, unless you're Sarika. Huh. What? No, I was just surprised that you really believe that. What does that mean? Then can I ask you about what we're talking about before? Well, maybe it was easy to tell what I was thinking. Then can I ask you something else? Something else? You're a normal, right? That's right. That's what I was talking about before. I'm a normal, so I know how to talk to a girl. Do normals read magazines like this? Fucking busted. Artemira picked up one of the magazines scattered at her feet. Cool Cat Press. Everything from meeting a girl to getting laid. Ugh! I quickly reached out to grab it, but she dodged me easily. The funny thing is like she's making fun of us for not knowing anything about girls, but I bet she doesn't know that much about boys either, you know what I mean? Boys are all the same. I mean, yeah, teenage boys are kind of all the same, so I mean, I guess, but like, you don't know me. Let's see. Kenji Minamikata. I can't get a girlfriend. What do I do? Just bring her to your room and pin her down and she'll do whatever you want. Don't read it. I reached out my hand again to grab the magazine from her. This is like that terrible fantasy we had. But I'd run so far and was so exhausted that even that was enough to throw me off balance. And as a result... Huh? Uh-huh. Ugh! Yeah! Are we now pinned? We have her pinned to the bed now? Oh, fuck, yo. Actually, hold on. This is where I want to save in her original chapter. Yeah. Because then we can just start from here and all the things. But I'm actually going to stop here. I was going to continue this part, but I haven't quite decided. Do we do the better ending or do we do the bad ending? So I'm going to think about that between now and the next part. We'll probably do the bad ending first just cuz that's what I wanted to do. But we'll figure that out. And I'm starving and it's probably going to take at least another 5 minutes. So I was going to like keep going, but I'm hitting exhaustion levels right now after 3 hours of skipping. So anyway, I will see you guys next time. We finally made it. We can do this. Anyway, remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.